everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So we have a lot of our customers that come in and talk about how they do water changes. So today we wanted to show like the actual proper way to really do a water change, because a lot of times like people are doing way too much, and that's where they get to the point of it's so hard to take care of a fish tank and do water changes. So we wanted to show you guys exactly what you really need to be doing. A lot of our people tell us that they actually catch all the fish, they take them out of the tank, they take everything apart, they break everything down. That's only, to me, if you ever have like a major crash or something like that, would I ever do such a thing. But for normal monthly maintenance or whatnot, this is exactly all you really need to be doing. So today, we're going to show you guys exactly how it works. So our parts that we have is a siphon hose. We have our magnet. We also have Prime, and we use Prime here because it's a dechlorinator. It also helps detoxify ammonia and nitrites and helps reduce nitrates as well. So we're going to get started. So we're going to clean the glass first. So we basically are going to take all the algae off the glass. We're going to get everything set. That way you're putting any other things into the water before we actually like take any water out. So we want to clean the glass and get it nice and sparkly pretty on the inside before we go about doing the water change. And one of the other processes when you're cleaning your tank and doing your water change, whether you have sponge filters or hang on the back or even a canister filter or whatnot, you always want to clean your filtration as well. One thing we do recommend here, like if you have a twin sponge filter, you only clean one side of it. This time, clean the other side next time. That way you keep a lot of your bacteria that's growing to help really do in the water. Like we have two in this tank, so we're going to clean one and leave the other one running. So the same way we recommend on hang on the back filters, if it's a large enough hang on the back filter where you have two filter cartridges, we recommend like getting into a bi-weekly change. So you change one on one time every 2 weeks and then one on the other side every 2 weeks. That way it's still a once a month thing. Okay guys, and here's the next step. Okay, the next step in this process, if you have any heaters or your filtration or whatnot that you have a hang on the back or your canister filter, this is the time you go ahead and turn all that stuff off. That way nothing's exposed to air as far as your heater goes, because you don't want a hot heater to crack on you while it gets unsubmerged out of the water. Also, you don't want to burn up a pump because the water level drops too low or whatnot. So the next step that we're doing here is we're actually going to start siphoning out. Now we use a Python siphon here because it's so convenient for us. So ours is hooked to the sink and it's turned on drain currently, and she's going to start siphoning the gravel to get the stuff out of the gravel. Now when you do this, we also don't recommend that you do your whole gravel at one time. So break your tank down into halves and do half of the tank this month, do half of the tank next month. It's also for that part of keeping the bacteria that's in your tank, because you don't want to start like a mini cycle all over again or have to recycle your tank. And that's what a lot of people struggle with, because when they take everything out of a tank and they take their fish out, they take everything out, all their gravel, they clean it all real good so it's all like it's brand new. And that's basically what you're doing. You're starting your tank just like it's a brand new tank all over again. As you see how she's doing, she puts it down in there, it pulls the gravel up in and pulls up like a lot of the stuff that is left over from food, any missed food or whatnot that is in the tank. And that's exactly how you'll do that. So on this part right here, we're getting ready to fill the tank back up. So we're going to measure out the recommended dosage of Prime. And we're going to place it into the aquarium so whenever we fill it up with new water, which has chlorine in it because we are on city water here, that the water is safe and ready to go. And the great thing about 10% water changes as well is you're not changing that big of the environment on the fish, and that's where it comes down to have proper maintenance. So we got the siphon hose, we got it set back to fill. That's the great thing about using an automatic siphon hose. So we just change a valve, it goes right back to fill from drain. So this is the part where if you're using a manual version, you'd just be adding your water directly from your tap. If you have well water, you're not required to use any type of water chemical to remove any chlorine or whatnot. It's only when you have city water. Okay, so we have cleaned our filtration, we've cleaned the gravel, we've cleaned the algae off the inside the glass, we filled up the tank. So the water, we put our chemicals in to make the water nice and safe for the fish again. So the last step that we're going to do is we're going to clean the outside of the glass. Now it's very important that you use an aquarium safe glass cleaner. And we use Fritz acrylic and glass cleaner here at the store and on all of our commercial and residential maintenance that we use because it's a really great product to use. Do not, under no circumstances, guys, use anything like Windex or any ammonia-based cleaner. That is really bad and can be toxic for your fish. So she's going to demonstrate how she cleans the outside of the glass. See, the great thing about this particular cleaner, so if for some reason some overspray happens to get into the aquarium, it is just fine. It will not harm your fish. It is completely aquarium safe. So you're completely, totally safe on being able to do such a thing. Now, if that would have been Windex or some other ammonia based product, then you got overspray in your tank, that could actually be deadly for your fish. So once you get done, you get it all nice and pretty. And now the last step is just to sit back and enjoy your fish. Get ready for the next feeding, relax. Till next month, guys, keep up your water changes. Have happy, healthy fish. Okay guys, so we also wanted to show you guys that have sand substrate. So maybe you have a saltwater aquarium or like a cichlid tank with sand or whatnot, how to clean your sand substrate. So it's basically the same process, but you're just not going to dig down into it. You're going to hover right over the top of it, almost touching it. You'll pull up just a hair of the sand, just little tiny bits here and there, but it's going to fall right back down. That way you're not disturbing the deep part of the sand bed. With deep sand beds, you really want to leave that anaerobic bacteria down in there. So you're just getting what's sitting on the surface to make sure that surface is nice and clean. So you're going to do your 10% water change by doing this process right here. And then all your other processes would follow the exact same. And as always, thank you for letting us feed your addiction at Addictive Aquatics.